Good evening, everyone. What a wonderful turnout this evening. What a beautiful day it has been in St. John's. Finally, some warm weather. And I was talking to some people earlier, and really, doesn't it kind of feel, after everything we've gone through over the past couple of years, that we just broke out of jail here tonight or something? It's wonderful to see everyone here, a wonderful turnout for a fantastic event. And we're here to celebrate so many things this evening, so many contributions made by so many people, and a lot of reasons to celebrate. 2021-2022 marks 100 years since the first Canadian woman was elected in politics. Something to celebrate. And during the reception here in the ballroom, and you may have seen it, we had the faces of over 40 women MHAs who've been elected to the provincial legislature. They were on the screen, and we celebrate their contribution this evening as well. We have 7 women MPs and 3 appointed women senators. So 100 years for Canada, not quite 100 years yet for Newfoundland and Labrador. We'll have to get together in 3 years and celebrate again. Now, on top of that, 2021 was a huge year for elections across all levels of government. Newfoundland and Labrador had the highest and most diverse representation of women and gender diverse individuals running in history in all 3 levels of government. And in 2022, we see several Indigenous band elections will be happening as well. Something to celebrate there as well. And this year also marks 25 years for, guess what, one particular politician, a member of Parliament. And this member of Parliament has served at the municipal, provincial, and federal levels of government over her political career for a combined service of 30 years. In 2012, she became the longest-sitting woman MHA in the history of the province's legislature. And this month, she became the longest-sitting woman MP from Newfoundland and Labrador to sit in the House of Commons. And she is also the first independent woman ever elected in Newfoundland and Labrador politics, the first woman of Inuit descent elected to the House of Assembly and the House of Commons from Newfoundland and Labrador, the first woman in Labrador ever elected to provincial politics and federal politics, the first woman Minister of Fisheries in Eastern Canada, and the first and only woman to lead the Liberal Party of Newfoundland and Labrador and lead the Liberal opposition bench. Now, that deserves a good round of applause. And I actually covered the legislature some of that time when Yvonne Jones was up against Danny Williams, a very powerful opponent, and I can tell you, and he'd probably agree if he could be here tonight, that she gave him a run for his money. Question period wasn't easy. She has shattered the glass ceiling over and over again, and I am sure she is not done yet. So let's hear it once again for MP Yvonne Rumbold Jones.
Hello, friends. My name is Yvonne Jones, and I'm the Member of Parliament for Labrador.
We have to be there to support Indigenous communities and Indigenous people. We also have to recognize that they're not all the same, because it not only responds to those that are the loudest or those that may be the most affluent, it responds to the needs of all Canadians, even those that have been left behind.
Now the feds are pulling back. They're dancing around this commitment, and they have signed no agreement. Where is the $280 million in compensation that you promised Newfoundlanders and Labradorians?
I have asked quite simply that Labrador quotas be protected. We're completely adjacent, but we have the smallest proportion of the resource at this particular time.
And if I would say to the members opposite, you may want to stand in this place and vote against that, but I certainly will not be standing in this place and voting against it. Not with those statistics.
He's ripping the guts out of everything else in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Throwing insults over here won't stop us from throwing questions back.
There are lots of questions to answer, and if you want to stand by your deal, you provide the answers in the House of Assembly.
Is that wise? Of course it's not wise.
My mama told me when I was young.
I'm finally seeing some real action.
So I asked the Premier today, she's done everything else, have you read the documentation?
When you continue to do the same thing, you get the same result. If we're ever to move away from the colonialism that we have experienced over the many years in this country in dealing with Indigenous governments and people, we have to start thinking differently to get a different result. Thank you. But I reject the concept of acknowledging Indigenous people and clarifying their rights within our country is an impediment to development of any resources. And I'm happy that my colleague opposite is bringing these issues to the House of Commons. That's where they need to be. This is the House of People. This is where ideas and solutions should get generated. This is where we should be responding to people. And I'm proud to stand this evening and say, I will do my part.
It was one of those moments that will be difficult to forget. Yvonne Jones revealing her diagnosis of breast cancer.
All of this came as a shock to me. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, I have such a fuller appreciation today of what people go through with cancer in terms of discovering it and the emotional piece that you go through. And what I had was a very aggressive cancer. Therefore, my treatments will be aggressive as well.
But her political challenges have probably been a good training ground for what lies ahead.
You look at how I came into politics as an independent member and sat through those 3-4 years alone in the House of Assembly, you know, and I think that was probably the beginning of me realizing something about myself too, and that was that there's no fight too great that you can't take it on and you can't win it. And my health is exactly that for me. I mean, cancer is another challenge for me.
And while she is ordered to stay away from work to allow her body to heal, the politician in her will surface from time to time. That BlackBerry is never far away. Following her surgery in August, it had to be hidden from her for 2 days. And the doctor who implanted her port, well, she convinced him to visit Battle Harbor in her district next summer. A little boost for tourism.
One of the things I've been so thankful for is the support base I've had around me. I've had good friends all the way through. I've had my mom, which has been very important to me, my good friend Jo Marie. Now look around, there's hundreds of you here. And I think that has been probably the anchor for me, because it's like every day it's different. You're on an emotional roller coaster. You know, you want to be able to be strong and positive every single day, but having that support base, having that friendship, having that love around you at a time when you're going through this makes such a tremendous difference.
And I will fight it, I will beat it, and I will be back stronger and probably more vocal than I've ever been.
Get with the program. Bring in a national policy to screen women over the age of 40 and give us access to that service.
March last year, I presented a resolution to the Honorable House to lower the age of breast screening in the province from age 50 to 40. At that time, government deferred the decision to the Cancer Control Advisory Committee. During the election, the government also promised that within 90 days they would conclude a review of whether it was appropriate to lower the age to begin breast screening in Newfoundland and Labrador at age 40. I asked the Minister of Health and Community Services today, has the work of the Cancer Control Advisory Committee been completed, and are you prepared to lower the age for breast screening in Newfoundland and Labrador?
I mean, I live in a part of the province where we still have gravel roads. And I mean, if you were talking about stimulating the economy in this country, there's no greater project to do it than to continue with the Trans-Labrador Highway.
Time, we are continuing to invest historic amounts of investment in the billions of dollars in First Nations education, healthcare, housing, community development in all areas of the country, in all Indigenous governments.
Who is the one that would seek me out and give me the big slappy wet kiss right in front of everybody, Mr. Speaker? That was the honourable member for Cartwright-Gansequire.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The animation is really sweet, but I think the member is confusing a gesture of kindness and hello with big sloppy kisses. Give me a break, Mr. Speaker. I wouldn't flatter myself too much if I was a member opposition.
No point of order there, Mr. Recognized member for Lake Melville. I've got about a minute 45 left, but I'll just tell you this, Mr. Speaker. That doesn't...
And there you have it. And we didn't show it there, but Yvonne Jones was also the first person I can recall in this province ever to go public in such a public way with her cancer diagnosis, and actually was on camera and had her head shaved, which we had never seen before. Very courageous and touched a lot of people. So you are to be commended for doing that. Thank you, Yvonne. And we also want to acknowledge this evening some other special people who are in the audience, and we're going to show you their pictures and their names as I go through just a little bit of housekeeping work here, because I know people are interested in the silent auction, and so you still have time to participate in that. I want to let you know that there's a QR code there's one on every table, and that will link you to the silent auction items that are on your phone. So if you want to see what you can bid on before you go up to the silent auction table, which is located along that wall up there, you can do that. And we're not just here to celebrate the past, we are also here to support the future. And with her 25 years in office approaching, Yvonne knew she wanted to celebrate in a way that would also support future women leaders, no matter their level of government or political affiliation. So Yvonne reached out to Equal Voice NL to do just that, and that has brought us all here this evening for this wonderful event. And proceeds from tonight's event will be in support of Equal Voice NL, a multi-partisan nonprofit that supports all women and gender-diverse individuals at all levels of government, including Indigenous band leadership, through programming, education, advocacy, and relationship building as well, to get more people involved in the political process. Equal Voice NL has played a pivotal role in many of the recent elections, and co-chairs Courtney and Judy will share more about the organization later on in the evening.